You're listening to Exploring Anime with Friends, a JMO for Real podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and all major podcasting networks. I'm your host, JMO! And today's friend is my wife and co-host. How's it going today, Sarah?
Hi, everyone. It's going great today.
Excellent, excellent. Are you all ready for today's installment of Exploring Anime with Friends Movie Edition?
Oh my goodness, I am.
Today we'll be diving into the world of One Piece. The movie is Red, a shonen action adventure released in August of 2022. First, we will go a little bit back in time and meet our main character, Uta, exploring her relationship with Shanks and Luffy as a child. Then we will jump to the present day and head to Uta's concert as the Straw Hat Pirates, the Big Ma Pirates, and members of the Marines and CP9 lie in the audience. Afterwards, we will go into some of the specifics of Uta's powers with the Sing Sing fruit and the declaration of how she wants peace for everyone. And finally, we will go into the war that starts to take place as all the sides merge in on the greater threat. And if you like what you're hearing today, remember to check us out on social media. Like, subscribe, and follow. Hit that button right down there.
Right there.
Uta. Let's start at the beginning. This is a journey that spans from way back in time all the way to the present day. And this time it involves two of our more important characters in the history, being both Red Hair Shanks and Monkey D. Luffy. Just for those who don't know Red Hair Shanks and Monkey D. Luffy, give us a little bit of their relationship and a little bit of why they're important to this world.
Well, they're important to the world because Luffy's the main character. We'll start there. We're watching Luffy's journey in One Piece. He wants to become king of the pirates. The relationship he has with Shanks is very much like a father-son, or at least like maybe a cool uncle-nephew kind of relationship. Shanks is a pirate, and Luffy wants to be a pirate. And inevitably, Shanks' pirate crew would dock where Luffy lives, and they would just take some time off and relax, and Luffy would be like, tell me about your adventures. What did you do? What kind of treasure do you have? And he would just eat it all up.
One thing that we need to point out, this is a non-canonical story. In this version of the One Piece universe, Shanks actually discovers a baby in a hall of treasure that he has. He gives the name Uta to, and she is around Luffy's age, and she is going on all the journeys, and she's one of the ones that Luffy looks forward to the most when they head to port, right?
Yeah, because they're the same age. I mean, it's cool getting able to hang out with adults, but it's also cool to hang out with someone your own age.
And she is the musician of the Red Hair Pirates. Talk to us a little bit about the relationship that she formed with Luffy early on.
I mean, they're the best kind of friends. They're the kind of friends that just have competitions just over and over again. And a lot of it's eating competitions, which as One Piece fans, I'm here for. But she's also sneaky sometimes. She does like to trick Luffy a little bit, mess with him a little bit, not in a hurtful, a lot of it, but not in a hurtful sort of way, in a we're friends and this is how I am sort of way. They just kind of grow up together. And at first when I saw them, eventually you see them on stage for a second because Luffy recognizes her. I was like, I ship it. I ship it so hard. Like, I wanted it.
But before we get to the point in the present day that you are talking about.
Yes, I know. I jumped.
We need to go back to what happened that makes this a story. She's traveling around and she clearly has a great gift for music, and she's with the Red Hair Pirates, and she is proud of that fact that she's with them.
Absolutely.
And eventually they land in a spot where it's all about music.
The
right?
island is just a musical island. That's what people do there.
Yeah, it's where they can learn, they practice their craft, grow, and just continue to become more and more experts in the fields of music. Shanks saw this. He was seeing how Uta was eating it all up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that they want us to believe it is that Shanks pillages the island, he burns it to the ground, and he leaves her there, entrusted to Gordon, who is the person who is in charge, for her to learn and train from Gordon to become the best singer that she could be. And that's what they want us to believe happened.
And that's what she's told what happened too.
But anyone who knows Red Hair Shanks knows that he would not have robbed this place.
Yeah.
That's where we start to get our contradictions early on, and we're wondering what happened.
What's going on?
We are going to give that to you, but we're going to give that to you in the fourth part of the episode. So just hold on. For now, we're going to jump 12 years into the future, or the now present day, and talk about the concert that she is performing live for the first time.
So, I mean, everyone knows who she is because somehow washed up on shore one time was a transponder snail that could do video as well as the audio.
Yeah.
And she just started singing, and people loved her. In a world where pirates should not be the good guys, Luffy's kind of an exception in how he does things. There was a world that was just crying out for help. The Marines weren't kicking it good enough. No one else was really helping them, but her voice was just so lovely and so encouraging. And she felt that too.
Yeah, she felt the sting of loss from the pirates. She felt the helplessness of life overall. And as people reached out to her, she realized she could share her song with them and could make it into something beautiful that they could share together. And she also knows that she has the power to bring about peace with her music, and she wants to do that.
Yeah.
Hence the concert that it just so happens that Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates are in attendance for.
It was great. They're wearing the merchandise. It's so good. I love seeing all the different outfits that they put the characters in every time it changes up.
Frankie's outfit was the funniest by far.
Frankie's is usually the funniest. Just because of like, what they can do with
Usopp's.
the robot.
My bad.
Oh, yeah, no. Usopp kind of dressed as Kiss. Yeah, that was pretty funny too.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's always fun. And the music, we're just going to talk about this early.
Oh, it's great.
The music throughout this whole thing, it was really well done. Really well written songs.
With the premise, it had to be good.
Yeah,
and
but
it was good.
It's not always as good as it could be.
That's
and
fair.
The music actually exceeded my expectations, especially the songs when things started to grow darker and more uncertain throughout.
Oh, yeah.
And that really tender song that you had towards the end that really just kind of brought it all back together. And we're not going to spoil too much of those for you because those songs happen at very key and pivotal moments, some of which we will talk about during this, some of which we won't because, it's a movie. We don't want to spoil the ending for you.
Yeah.
But she gets done with her first song, and Luffy jumps onto the stage.
Just like Luffy always does, just stretches his arms out and catapults himself forward. And he just is like, Uta! And she's like, Luffy! You're like, oh, they know each other.
Yeah, right?
He's not just fanboying. And everyone's like, what's going on? Even I think Usopp was like, Luffy, how do you know Uta? And he's like, just completely candid. It's Shanks' daughter.
And at that point in time, there were already pirates there getting ready to kidnap her.
Of course.
Take her.
They were the jellyfish pirates. I don't know if you care about that.
Oh, jellyfish pirates?
They were called the jellyfish pirates.
I didn't even know they had a name.
I didn't either.
I did notice that I did notice the Big Ma pirates.
The Big Ma pirates are everywhere too, yeah.
With Oven and Burley, the Big Ma pirates show up and they're getting ready to kidnap her. And the jellyfish pirates are getting ready to kidnap her. Luffy and his crew jump in and they start fighting against.
Of course.
And meanwhile, Uta proves that she's not defenseless.
Oh my goodness, yeah. She's got the Sing Sing fruit on her side, and it is fantastic. Like, this is very powerful. And she starts singing, and some of the things as she's singing appear in the air.
Musical staffs, yeah.
Yep. And then become hard, like physical objects. It's not just she's singing pretty notes and the notes appear in the air. These are weapons now.
And she can use them to bind her opponents to those staffs.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, that is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool for
And she's like, I don't want the fighting. Like, I want this to be about peace. We're trying to build a better world. So she continues to do her concert, sharing the love. She's sending toys out to the audience. She's sending food, desserts. It's really beautiful. And at this point in time, it looks like she's serious about building this little bit of utopia, right?
It sounds great. You got the food, you got the drinks, you got the little stuffed animals.
So at an intermission of sorts, and she says she's going to keep this concert going forever as a beacon of peace to the world, right?
Yes.
It seems like it's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Straw Hats are all getting together. Sanji's getting the best ingredients. Chopper's getting the best desserts. Everyone's being sent the best things. And they're all busy eating and drinking and having a fun time. And you know what? I feel a little left out and a little jealous. So I'm going to have a sip of my Dubby because
it's good and it's tasty and there's like no sugar in it. And it's a clean way to get some caffeine in you.
Yeah. But I actually had the lemonade hydration drink as opposed to the energy drink. Which one are you drinking today?
It's mango orange cream. It tastes like an orange creamsicle. It's really good.
Excellent, excellent. And if you want to join us and experience Dubby for yourself, totally go to Dubby.com and order from their website. If you put in the code Exploring Anime 524, that's Exploring Anime in all caps, 524, you can get a 10% discount off of it. And if you like what you're hearing from us so far, remember to check us out on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. And we watched One Piece Red on Netflix. You could watch it almost anywhere where you can stream anime, though. So they're all eating and drinking and having a good time. Uta comes and she's like, Luffy, why don't you just stay here with me? Yeah. And Luffy's kind of like, it's good to see you again, but I'm going to be king of the pirates. Like he said to a million people a million times before. But with hers, it is a completely different reaction. Tell us about that encounter.
I mean, she wasn't thrilled because pirates are terrible and evil and destroy things and destroy families. And no, you can't be king of the pirates. You've got to stay here with me.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it goes.
And this is where she really emphasizes this concert is going to bring peace, a new era about forever.
Forever. Forever.
And you start to realize something, that she's serious.
Serious. It's not that she's just going to keep singing. She's going to keep singing and keep you in this concert.
Yeah. Forever means forever with her.
Mm-hmm.
And to show the seriousness of it, she captures his crew on the musical staffs, and Luffy barely escapes at the last minute, or I should just say Trafalgar Law shows up and he's able to get Luffy out of that situation. And you realize the seriousness of what she means. She is going to force peace. Yeah, force peace.
Force peace.
Upon the world through her music, through the powerful sing through. And what we didn't know already, everyone there is already trapped.
Yep. Anyone physically there, anyone watching is already trapped.
Colby and Helmeppo from the Marines, already trapped. CP9 Agent Bluno, already trapped. Brule and Oven from the Big Mama Pirates, already trapped. Full Straw Hat crew, already trapped.
Already trapped.
Their souls have been transported from their bodies. Talk to us about the Sing fruit.
This is one wild fruit.
Yeah.
This is insane. Yeah, their souls are now trapped in like pretty much her personal little dimension, which is why she can trap people on the music staff, which is why she can make these stuffed animals and these foods and these ingredients and all this stuff appear, because she's got control.
Yeah.
The Sing fruit gives her the power in her own dimension. She sings, puts people to sleep, so everyone's actually sleeping wherever they were, and draws them into this dimension. And while we're watching it, we had no clue when this happened. It just flowed. And I fully believe she has enough control of her power to just make it look like you never fell asleep to begin with.
Yeah, and it's crazy too, because it's not just an area. It's anyone who can hear her voice.
Yeah,
it's
transponders are everywhere. Yeah.
And it goes to the heads of the world government at a certain point in time, and they're like, this is really dangerous, because as it keeps on going, they estimate they're going to lose roughly 70% of the world's population from this. That is a catastrophic event by any measurement whatsoever. The souls have been separated from the body. The bodies lie there motionless and unconscious in a deep sleep. But she also has control of those bodies in the real world.
Yeah.
So it's really like they're shambling zombies with their souls separated into her world where she controls everything. And it's one of those things where it calls it a trauma that she had with being left behind by Shanks.
By pirates.
By pirates. What they did, even the quote-unquote good pirates, what they did to that town and how they used her, abused her, and abandoned her. This great pirate era needs to come to a close, and she's going to bring it about with a peaceful era in which everybody can just live with what they want, with what they need, and make them all happy, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Because she's lived away from the world so long that she doesn't really grasp what happiness or what the world really is, or what the world really needs at this point in time.
Yeah, and when the crowd actually kind of sees this, some of them are like, well, I've got a test I have to study for. And she's like, well, you don't need to go to this test because you're here. And you see some of them actually kind of like, this might be better than real life. And it's just like, whoa, what's happening right now? You got people on your side actually like okay with this.
Well, why wouldn't some people not be on it? Why wouldn't somebody who lost their whole
Very
family
fair.
and everything they own to pirates because of the Great Pirate Era and because the Marines just aren't noble enough and or well equipped enough to handle some of it? Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
it's very easy to win some people over with this because, frankly, she is creating a better world for them.
Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
There's a lot of conflicting emotions throughout the whole thing. There's a lot of Uda is the worst thing ever. No, I understand what Uda's saying as you're seeing all the different things that happen. And meanwhile, with the concert no longer actively playing because she has to hunt down Luffy, Law, so on and so forth, so they can't continue to spread the word to everyone who's listening. The Marines are coming in because Akaino, the Grand Admiral of the Marines, he has sent 2 admirals and a whole bunch of battleships to the island. They actually have to defeat Uda at all costs because of how much of a threat she poses to the world government. The Marines are on the way, and Luffy, Law, and company have found their way to Gordon. Talk to us about Gordon and Tat Musica.
So Gordon is the one that pretty much raised her after Shanks left her. They're by themselves on this island. He continued to cultivate her musically, which was good, which was great. He loves music so much.
Dangerously so.
Dangerously so. There was before this thing called Tat Musica, which was called the Demon King of Songs.
Yeah.
And it was this dangerous, monstrous creature that was basically sealed onto a sheet of music.
Yeah.
And he loved the music so much, he could not bring himself to destroy it. It was a masterpiece, and he couldn't destroy it.
And that leads to the first part of the problem, because on the night that Uda sang on the island when she was young, when she was Zero Shanks, her song awakened the music, and Tat Musica laid waste to the island using Uda.
So, unfortunately, it was her fault. It wasn't the pirates. It wasn't red-haired Shanks and the red-haired pirates. She was all her fault, really. It was an accident.
She doesn't know. She has no clue. And Shanks doesn't want her to know.
Yep.
Because he loved her. He cared for her that much. And he's like, Gordon, I need you to take care of her. And the reason why it was able to stop so easily at that point is because Uda was young. She didn't have a lot of energy to feed off of.
Not a lot of control either, probably.
Yeah, so it was very short-lived. Shanks told Gordon that he's taken full responsibility for all of this. Gordon needs to train her, and she just needs to think that Shanks is the villain instead of her, because he doesn't want this to stop her love for music. Shanks is fully aware that sometimes good people get tangled up with.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want her to lose her passion for what she is best at because she got tangled up with the wrong thing.
I mean, it would also be very devastating, especially as a child, to be like, I'm the one that caused all this destruction. I'm sure he also wanted to protect her from like that kind of soul-crushing feeling.
So at this point in time, Gordon relays the whole story to Straw Hat, to Trafalgar Law, Beppo, and to the Sunny, because the Straw Hat ship, the Sunny, got turned into like a little cute, adorable little lion.
It's so adorable.
That's running around with them.
I need that plushie. I don't know if it exists.
And they team up with Bluno from CP9, who's using his Dordar fruit to transfer them to different places. They team up with Roulette because she can use her mirror power to transport them through different mirrors and everything. Meanwhile, the other Straw Hats are realizing if they hit the note, they can get released off of the staff.
They're stuck on the music staff, and it's kind of like, well, maybe your head's where the note is. If you get that note sung, it was clever. I'll admit, I thought it was fun.
Yeah, and who do they have with them who's really good at singing?
Oh, Brooke.
Or Soul King, right?
The Soul King himself.
Yeah, like the truth of the matter is, as big as Uda is, Soul King had his moment where he was number one in the world.
He was.
So he should be able to hit that note because he is the great musician of the Straw Hats. And they're wandering around trying to figure out a way. And Gordon's like, there's no way to defeat Uta in this realm unless Tat Musica comes out.
Yeah.
And the way, yeah, right? Like, how terrible is that?
Yeah, we got to unleash the beast in order to stop everything.
And he knows that she has access to Tat Musica. And he knows that inevitably, if she's pressed far enough, she's eventually going to have to unleash Tatmusica.
Yeah.
So you have all of that starting to build up. And man, things get wild and chaotic very quickly.
That's an understatement, but yes, continue.
Because when the Marines hit the island with the 2 admirals, they know that they need to get her quick, but they're being restrained by these mindless zombies. So what do they have to do in order to get to her? They have to start killing innocent people.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Shanks and his crew show up. Talk to us a little bit about that standoff with the Marines, Shanks' crew, and the mindless horde.
Man. So Shanks is he's an awesome dude. Really mad respect to Shanks. Like, he's fantastic because he's a pirate. Okay. I'm sure he's done piratey things. He's a good pirate though. He's looking around and see all these like shambling zombie people. And he's like, these guys are innocent. They just came to listen to Uta do her music thing. We can't attack them. They are literally innocent people. And then you got Kizaru on the other side of the coin who's like, well, to get to what we need to do, we could take out 1,000 people or so, just because we have to stop her somehow. Let's just go.
Yeah, many times throughout the whole course of it, it puts you in that situation to where right and wrong are less black and white and more different shades of gray.
Yeah.
Because you can see both point of views.
I mean, arguably, they have to stop her.
Yeah.
70% of the population are under her spell.
Yeah, and it's worse than that.
Yeah.
It's going to stay that way forever if they can't break it before she dies.
Yeah.
Want to tell us about the conundrum and what she's been doing to stay awake?
Well, there's this magic mushroom. It's not really magic. It's science that you eat it and it helps you stay awake if you just keep eating it. But it also is going to kill you.
Yeah, it's taken years off her life every single time because if she goes to sleep, everyone returns to their bodies.
Yeah.
So
she has to stay awake.
Yeah, she has to continue to sing to be able to reach everyone. And she's already interrupted with her song because there's stuff going on and she's doing battle in both worlds. So she can't actively perform. She has to continue to eat these mushrooms to stay awake. But if she dies when the souls are separated, no one can actually bring the souls back. They're in a really bad spot because they can't kill her. So they can't just eliminate this whole island.
Yeah, because it stretches further than the island, too.
She's killing herself, not intentionally. Well, no, I mean, I guess intentionally. She's doing things that she knows will have a negative impact on her body and her lifespan. And Shanks is actually defending the innocent there, while the Marines are defending the world there. It's just a weird spot that it puts you in. Meanwhile, on the other end, on the inside of the spirit thing, she decides that it's time to make her move. And she unleashes Tatmusica. And man, from here, I just want to talk about a little more because in order to defeat Tatmusica and ultimately break this whole thing with the Sing Sing fruit, they're going to need to coordinate attacks at the same exact time in 2 different worlds.
Which is fantastic.
Which means they have to get everybody on the same page, despite the fact that it's the Red Hair Pirates and the Marines on one end, and despite the fact that it's the Straw Hat Pirates, the Big Ma Pirates, and CP9 on the other end. And you're looking at everything. It's like, how do these people work with each other at all? We know by history that these people
don't work together well.
They don't work together. And there has to be some way to communicate between different worlds. And they start to realize the whole thing. Wait a minute. They start to realize that there is a path to victory because Katakuri of the Big Mom Pirates is in the real world, and Brule from the Big Mom Pirates, with the way the observation hockey works, they're actually able to link their senses together. And Wysop of the Red Hair Pirates and his son Usopp of the Straw Hat Pirates were able to link their observation hockey together.
The way he was like, Dad? It was kind of crazy.
So it's crazy how it's all working out, and they're all doing battle, and they're all trying to defeat Tatmusica and to release the Sing Sing Fruit's powers with Uta, while still trying to keep as many lives saved as possible. And man, we don't even know what it's going to look like when it's all resolved, because are the Marines just going to say, yeah, here's where we take out the Straw Hats. Here's where we take out the Big Mom Pirates.
I mean, they're all there.
Like, are they going to say, here's where we take out 2 admirals? You don't know how it's going to go down and everything. And this is where we're going to leave you because it's all convergent. This is an all-powerful demon lord of music that they're all fighting, but are they united? Is the goal the same? I know we're waiting for a big shonen moment to happen at some point in time. Who will it be? If it does resolve, no, when it does resolve, because we know it resolves.
It has to resolve anyways.
What will be the aftermath? Because I can tell you right now, Red Hair and Straw Hat, they're not going to want to surrender Uta.
Absolutely not.
And the Marines, they're going to want her behind bars.
Absolutely.
So anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
I feel like we cannot end this without me giving a big shout out to my absolute favorite Luffy fanboy, Bartolomeo. He is literally one of my favorite people in this entire series. With all of his crudeness, he loves Luffy so much as a fan. I love that he was included. I love every episode I see him in.
I can't believe I forgot to mention his name as we were talking about it, because he was part of the big alliance.
He was
the fourth member of the alliance with Law, Beppo, and Luffy as they were going and they were learning things from Gordon and whatnot.
It was, I love seeing him so much. I don't even know why. He's great. But as a whole, movie, fantastic. Music, fantastic. The fight scenes, fantastic. It was fun.
The movie can stand alone on its own.
Yes.
But I think it's a little overwhelming if you're taking it without any of the lore.
There's a lot of players in that game.
There's a lot of characters that you're already familiar with. And they do a decent job of keeping it to where it could stand alone. But people don't often get introduced to 40 new characters in a 2-hour span and remember all the relevancy of all of it. So it does help if you're coming in with One Piece knowledge. Soundtrack amazing, animation really good. It's everything that you've come to expect from One Piece, except for the pacing's really good too. So
shots fired.
I'm a huge One Piece fan. I could take shots at at the pacing. We all know what
we all know.
What it is. It blends a lot of Oda's great world building and character development all together in the one movie. And really, it's about as good of a movie as I've seen based off of one of the big shonen titles.
Definitely.
So, and great music once again.
Yes.
So once again, we went into a little bit of the history with Uta, Shanks, and Luffy, and we saw how it went to present day with the concert that Uta's performing for the world. We then saw how the dark underlying themes of the Sing Sing Fruit and Tot Musica, and learned Uta's true plan as we saw Marines, CP9, Big Ma Pirates, Straw Hat Pirates, and Jellyfish Pirates all merge onto the scene to try to make their mark on this historic event. We hope you had as much fun exploring the world of One Piece movie Red as we have, and consider watching this movie. Bye! So if you like what you heard today, make sure you listen to us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you stream your podcast. Listen to all of our J-Mill for Real podcasts, and hit us up on social media, like, subscribe, and follow. Once again, this was Exploring Anime with Friends. Let's explore together. And now for a word from our sponsors. And today's show was brought to you by Dubby Energy, a modern approach to energy drinks with no sugar, dyes, or fillers added. Dubby Energy, be better. And use code EXPLORINGANIME524 for 10% off your order. That's EXPLORINGANIME524, one word, all capital letters, for 10% off your latest Dubby Energy order. Link listed in the show notes.